Brian Sensei here. This video comes to you by request from one of my subscribers who would like to know how to use multiple desktops in Windows 11. This feature allows you to set up a variety of desktops for different workstream purposes, and you can easily switch between them. Let's check it out. Okay, so what you'll notice down here at the bottom of your Windows computer in the taskbar, you have this button that looks like a black square and a transparent square. When you mouse over this, you're going to see a desktop 1, and to the right of that, you can create a new desktop. So let's say, for example, that I'm working on a video here. I'm focused on video editing, but I also want to create another desktop that's focused on a different task or purpose. I'll come down to my desktop icon and I'll add a new desktop. All right, and here you can see now I have a new blank clean desktop that I can organize any way I like. So I'm going to open up my browser and I want to focus on social media. So what I'm going to do is navigate to some different social media sites that I can check out when I want to browse my social media and see what's going on. So what I'm going to do now is come back down to the desktop button. And the other thing I can do here is rename these. Instead of saying desktop 1, desktop 2, I can actually give them names to be better organized. So I can right click on the name and I can rename it right here. I'll call this social media, enter. And for desktop 1, I'll call this video editing. All right, and of course I can make another desktop for a different purpose. Now switching between them is easy. All you have to do is come down to the desktop icon and click on the thumbnail of the desktop you would like to switch to. So boom, I can switch to my video editing desktop, and boom, I can switch back to social media. Now another way to navigate these is to use a keyboard shortcut, which is Control, Windows, and left arrow to go left, and right arrow to go right. Now, another reason you might create multiple desktops is to separate accounts that you're working within. So for example, I might want a desktop that's focused on my work account. And so for example, when you are in your internet browser, you can sign into the browser and you can sync your bookmarks and favorites and other information. You can also create other profiles. Here you can see I actually have 2 profiles here. I have under another account. I can also add new profiles, and I can go to other profiles and set up as a guest or set up a work or school profile. So it is easy to switch between your profiles here. So I can switch to this other account, but now I've got 2 windows open and I have to juggle between the 2 by coming down and finding the right button on the taskbar. So another way you could do this is by creating desktops. So this desktop here, I can call this Brian Sensei for my Brian Sensei account. And I can start a new desktop and I'll call this one Brian Personal. And so here, when I launch the browser, I can have it set to the Brian Personal account, which has different bookmarks. All right, so now we can come down here. We can see we've got 4 desktops, and I can easily switch between these depending on what I'd like to focus on at that time. The other thing you can do to differentiate your desktops is you can change the desktop picture. So if you don't want them all to look the same, you can go into the thumbnail of the desktop, right click on the name, and then click Choose Background. In here, I can now give it a different look to help me know which desktop I'm working in. Another thing you can do is rearrange your desktops. Once you have multiple down here, you can right click on the thumbnail and you can move it left or you can move them right, depending on where they're positioned. Now, the other great thing about this is when you restart your computer, these desktops will stick and be available to you again. Now, if you're done using a desktop, you can go ahead and click on the X in the corner of the thumbnail, or you can right click and select close. This deletes the entire desktop, but know that it doesn't delete any work that you have completed. All right, another thing you'll notice is that if I click on the button, it will show me the open windows within that desktop. So here you'll notice that there's actually 2 windows open, and you can click on these to get right into that window. Another cool thing you can do is move these to another desktop. So for example, if I want to take this Edge browser and drag it to another desktop, I'll just go ahead and bring it right down here and let go. So now that has moved to the Brian Sensei desktop. All right, and that is how you use multiple desktops in Windows 11. Let me know in the comments how you might use multiple desktops. If you liked this video, please give it a like and let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you want to see more of this content, consider subscribing to the channel. And if you have a specific tech tip you'd like me to create, please complete the form in the description below. And I'll see you on the next one.